Hi, in this video, we will discuss about two major questions around Kubernetes. First, what is Kubernetes? And second, why it is important for a DevOps engineer to learn about Kubernetes. Later, we will see how Kubernetes addresses few issues related to production application deployment. Before answering what is Kubernetes, first let's see what is a container. It all begins with infrastructure. This can be your laptop, dedicated server running in a data center, or any virtual private server, such as EC2 instance in AWS. On top of infrastructure runs an operating system. When considered virtual machine, this is labeled as host operating system. Then we have a hypervisor. If we consider virtual machine as a single file, then we need a hypervisor to run that file. There are basically two types of hypervisor. Type 1, which directly links with the infrastructure. One example is Hyper-V for Windows and KVM for Linux machines. There is another kind of hypervisor, that is Type 2, which runs as an application on host operating system. For example, VirtualBox. The next layer is the guest operating system. This is controlled by the hypervisor, and the operating system size can go up to few GB depending on the type of the operating system. On top of it, each operating system needs its own copy of binaries and libraries. And then we have our applications. For Docker containers also begins with infrastructure. This can be your laptop or same server out in the cloud. Then we have our host operating system. This should be capable of running Docker. Then we have Docker daemon, which replaces the hypervisor. This runs in background and interacts with the host operating system to manage anything related to Docker containers. Next, we have binaries and libraries, and then our application. These binaries and applications are packed under same Docker image. The real world difference here is, instead of waiting for a virtual machine to start in minutes, you can start a Docker container in few milliseconds. You also save few resources. As you can see, guest OS is not part of the Docker container. But don't let this change your opinion about virtual machine. According to me, they both have different use cases in different scenarios. We will now get a brief introduction about Kubernetes concepts. With Docker, you can run a single instance of an application by simply running one command. In this case, if you want to run a Node.js application, you can use docker run node.js. But it is only one instance of your application. What if the user and the load on the instance increases and the application is no longer able to handle the requests? For this, you can always go and deploy multiple instances of your application. Not just that, we have to closely monitor the load and the health of the application. If the application goes down, we have to replace it with a new container. For this, we can have a dedicated engineer who can monitor this closely and remediate the issue. But it is not a practical solution when having a large application where hundreds and thousands of containers are deployed. And what if the Docker host itself crashes and becomes inaccessible? In that case, all the applications hosted on that Docker host will become inaccessible. For solving this issue, container orchestration comes into the picture. Container orchestration solution consists of multiple Docker hosts which can host multiple containers so that if one application goes down, it is reachable by other containers. Some container orchestration solution provides scale up, scale down capability, and also you can deploy hundreds or thousands of containers using single command. These also support advanced networking on different containers across different hosts. Kubernetes arguably is the most popular container orchestration solution. It is little bit difficult to set up but provides a lot of options to customize the container deployment. Kubernetes is now supported by all major public cloud providers such as GCP, Azure, and AWS. Kubernetes project is one of the top ranked projects on GitHub. With Kubernetes, you can run 1000 replicas of an application with a single command. Kubernetes can scale it up to 2000 with another command. It can be customized to do this automatically so that infrastructure can scale up and scale down based on the user request. Kubernetes can upgrade all those 2000 applications using rolling update fashion, one at a time. If something goes wrong, Kubernetes can help you roll back that application with another command. It also provides other security, storage, and network support from all the popular vendors. What is the relation between Kubernetes and Docker? Kubernetes uses Docker host to deploy applications in the form of Docker containers. Well, it need not be Docker all the time. Kubernetes supports other alternative of Dockers such as Rocket and CRI-O. Kubernetes consists of nodes. A node is a machine, physical or virtual, where Kubernetes, a set of tools, is installed. A node will be a worker machine where all the containers are launched by the Kubernetes. What if the node on which the applications have been deployed goes down? Obviously, all your applications are not reachable. To solve that, we will need more nodes. A cluster is a set of nodes grouped together. So if one of your application goes down, you can still access that application using other nodes. For managing this cluster, we will need a master node. A master node consists of all the data of all these worker nodes. A master node is a node where all those kubectl control plane components are installed. I have already created a video regarding the kube control plane components. Whenever a worker node goes down, the master node manages all the workload on that worker node. It is the responsibility of a master node to scale up and scale down the worker nodes as and when required.